Oh yes, here we go. For 5 years, I've seen people worship crypto traders on YouTube and Twitter. I'm here to take a stance and to inform you on what's going on. For 5 years, what have I seen? All I see is a trail of dead bodies. And I traded for over 10 years, friends. I love trading. It's in my blood. Except there's a problem here. The problem is that I can only count 17 people who've made it. But there's over 700,000 people bankrupt. It's probably higher than 700,000. It's a long, long list of dead bodies. And it's going to keep happening in the crypto industry especially. People will be sold dreams. I tell you, time and time again, the candles go red. Everybody says, aha, hodling is a scam. You have to trade on the way down when it goes down. Oh, gee, I never thought of that. You're a genius. Over 100 years. Wrap it up, everybody. That's it. We've solved the stock market. Just sell when it's going down and never lose money. Obviously, tongue in cheek, there's more to it here. Retailers refuse to believe that long-term holding is key. I now take a stance. Let them be. Screw them. Fudge them. Doesn't matter. They're going to do it anyway. When I look at the Bitcoin chart, I'd like you to know something. This is the weekly SuperTrend of the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle. There was only one signal you needed here. Now, you could not have known this at the time, but it is when it flips green on the weekly, that's it. Stay long and strong. Wait until it flips red. It did you pretty well. What about in the next part? In 2019, which is where I joined friends, I went all in here and I went a bit all in here, okay? I did all my research for crypto. I said, okay, wow, it really is the way of the future. We went up. Had a big plus token Ponzi. China plus token had a $1 billion Ponzi. They were offering fake yield on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Sent everything into a wild tailspin. Also, coincidentally, the US Fed held rates here. They went up and they started cutting up here, which is kind of crazy to think about. The market was just ready. Cycles are cycles. We flipped red again, and then we flipped green. If I could go back in time, of course, I would love to tell you, oh, we flipped red, let's get out. But it doesn't matter. Most people, they're not even going to trade on this time frame. So what I've shown you now is a very powerful long-term approach. You don't need to really trade. Look how infrequent these decisions are. Like once a year. Once a year. What happened at the top of the bull market? We flipped red to China. You had a scam fake, and then we flipped red again. Now, this is hard to navigate if you just follow the trend here, but you get the point. At least you have a better idea as to what's going on as things transpire, because most people aren't doing this. That time frame I showed you was a weekly. You know, a lot of people just say, oh, why don't you use your time frames in the lower? Why don't you just, go down in time frames? Let me just show you like a trashy 1 hour time frame what happens. Look at this garbage, man. Look at this garbage. Oh, we're bullish. No, we're bearish. Oh, we're bullish. No, we're bearish. The trend does not get established long enough on short time frames. If you're going to trade shorter term time frames, you have to look at, maybe order blocks. Maybe you got to look at different ways of trading around price action, levels. You got to get a feel of the market. And guess what? There's always a long list of people who say they're going to make it. What do I see? I see a bunch of losers. People who get crushed. They chase greed. And look, I know it's hard because you come in and then you say, hey, Mr. Hodler, what have you done? And they don't have much to show you because they have to wait until the end of the cycle. But what do most people come and do? Instead, they come and they see that traders are flashing their P&L. They're flashing them on Twitter, on YouTube. They're signing them up to exchanges, and they don't know that there's literally a 1% win rate. By the way, I'm not making this up. A lot of people get triggered by this. No, I'm going to say it to your face again. I'll tell it to your face right now. There's a 1% win rate. Not 30%, 1%. Because the win rate I look at is the 5-year rate. I don't look at this, oh, wow, you made money over 6 months. Yeah, boo-hoo. I bought hamster racing coins and I made 300x. Wow, I outperformed Warren Buffett. Congratulations. Give me a trophy. No one cares about that. I care about long term. Okay? So, by the way, that 1%, not making it up. Arthur Hayes, who is this gentleman? Arthur Hayes, who is the founder of BitMEX, right? Arthur alluded in one interview. He said 99% of people who open up an account at the exchange have less money in 12 months than when they started. 99%. 99%. That is a very big number. So even though there were bull periods, there was bear, back, then there was a China G pump here, and there was all these periods coming here. We had the zombie virus as well. Yes, some people made a lot of money. But you know, on average, who did the best? It was the people who just kept working their job. Don't try to do this fancy stuff like, oh, I'm going to start a business. I want to make a newsletter. Those people are going to make their own way anyway. Just think about yourself for the next 18 months. Whatever you make, you're not going to kill it in the next 18 months anyway. That's why time's running out. You know how many times I came across people during this period where they just threw in the towel and they wanted to go do something else and come in better times. I'm not making this up. A lot of people did. And look when they came. Look how short the period was. I want you to know that crypto is pain, man. Crypto is not like this magical unicorn where, look at this. It's painful for 1,078 days. And then how long do we party? 140 days. Wow. About 15% of the time, you're partying. Around 85 to 87% of the time, trash. So whenever you come across people trading, flashing P&L, just let them do their thing. You can play if you really want. You can throw in a couple $100. You can play around. You can get screwed here and there. It's not the optimal way. The optimal way, you're dealing with, like, if you had a room full of 1,000 people, you're not going to tell 990 of them, yeah, you're going to be the 1%, because they're not. The people who are going to be the 1%, they're going to do it every day, 18 hours a day like I was doing, waking up at 3 a.m. to try to catch these different levels. On average, it's not worth it. And you know what else? This is the most important part, friends. So you got to think big picture. This is what I'm here to tell you as a voice of reason, friendship, and kindness. By the way, like, subscribe, button. I appreciate every single one of you. When you start to trade and you go down on like this 4-hour time frame, you lose your balls. You don't know what holding is anymore. Every chart you look at, you see the spikes. You're like, oh, double top. Oh, no, coming down. Oh. Now, obviously, I'm looking at the top of the bull market here. What if I go down? That's what they're saying, man. Well, you think it's easy? You think, okay, yeah, I'll just go down on the lower time frames and it'll help me win it. No, it won't. It won't. Everybody does that. Why do you think most people are losers? It's because most people are trading on a low time frame. That's why most people are losers. And on the low time frame, you have to deal with these China scam insider pumps who do BS moves like this. I remember this move who just smacked up Bitcoin plus 41% and then comes back down anyway. That's the type of junk you have to deal with. And when you go down on these lower time frames, you don't trust anything anymore. You're like, oh my God, look at this double top. Oh, double top. Oh, yeah. And look at this. Obviously, I have a bias because I'm showing you everything that went down and down and down. But look what happens here as time goes on. Right? If we move to the right, look at this. By the way, this is where Michael Saylor started buying. Just to let you know. After the zombie virus, this vertical line is the Bitcoin halvening. As you go up, look at this. Look at this. Many people were bearish here, okay? Many people. I remember. Very fierce bears down here. There was a CME gap at 9,600. I'm not even kidding. 9,600. Also, do you want to know some funny fan fiction? Not even fiction. You see this $9,000 level here, friends? There is a Dragon Ball Z meme. It's this meme. It's over 9,000. Now, I was browsing Reddit. Yes, the land of the soy. And all throughout, for the past 12 months, every time Bitcoin hit 9,000, people would make threads on Reddit. This was before I knew about YouTube and Twitter. And the threads they would make is the Vegeta meme saying, it's over 9,000. We're never going to be under 9,000 again. Every single time. It happened like 4 times. And guess what? I noticed when we hit this 9,000 here and we went up, I remember Nobody said it anymore. They were so jaded. They were so washed out and rinsed. And you can actually go to Reddit and find my thread. I actually made a thread saying, I think this was the last time Bitcoin's ever going to be under 9,000. And the only reason I have is none of yous dare to post that meme anymore. None of yous. And funnily enough, it was actually right. It was kind of funny. But you see, you're just seeing all this death and destruction and everything coming down and everything topping out and stuff. Look at this. You get scared up here. Look at this. This looks like a top out. Oh, this is going to top out. No, and then the green candles appear. Look at this. Oh, this looks like a top out. This looks like a top out, right? Oh, no, we're going to go down. What about further and further? Oh, this looks like it's topping out. By the way, Bitcoin's only 17,400 here. So it looks like it's going up heaps, but you have no idea. That's why you got to be on the longer time frames. And you've missed most of the upside gains. Most of them. Everything looks like it's always topping out on a short time frame. You never feel like, oh, wow, this thing is just going to the moon. That's why I always deal with longer time frame. Always deal with the W. W is for friendship. This is where you can take a longer term approach. And you don't have to deal with these shorter term leverage trading punks because they're just going to be flashing their P&L anyway. 17 people. What about the 700,000 who got destroyed? There's literally a 1% win rate. Don't believe their lies. Let them keep winning. They're going to do what they're going to keep doing. You have to stay strong. You have to stay sharp. There's going to be new coins, new narratives, new casinos, new Ponzi's that are coming. We have to be ready for them. And the only way to make them is to hold. Because my trading record that I am very proud of for getting all these moves, 30x, 9x, these are all Bitcoin profit. If you go to USD, 90x on Alpha, 48x, 42, 108x. I was only able to do it because I had balls of steel and I said, no, I'm not getting out. That's it. I'm just not getting out. I refuse to get out. Now, it's almost stupidly stubborn, but I'd like you to know there was a reason. And the reason was I was waiting for euphoria. No amount of 1 hour, 2 hour candles or profit flashing or any of this other junk was able to change my strategy. So that's why I don't know if it's going to play out again in the next cycle. I'm just telling you, if it does play out, you increase your probability that you are participating on that upside if you're taking a long-term view and you are focusing your mind on the higher time frame candles. Because all those short-term time frame cucks, they're not going to make it. They're going to be way done before. They're going to be thinking that all they got to do is 2x their portfolio every 2 months and they're going to have like 108x higher returns in a couple of years. No one ever does that. It's much easier to hit one home run and hold it than it is to try and make 100 decisions where you have to try and make a 2x. You don't even have to believe me. Go look at the stats. You know what else you should look at? Yourself in the mirror. Because you are beautiful and amazing today. Tell mom and dad you love and appreciate them. If you have a pet squirrel, make sure you pet them. If you have a pet dog, make sure you feed them. Catch you in the next one.